Hello everybody, today I'll be discussing the proposed solution for the opioid epidemic. Our proposed solution is based off of education of everybody's knowledge on the opioid epidemic. Starting off, I'm going to be going through different types of drugs, different ways to ingest said drugs, and a few different statistics on the opioid itself. To start, we have Xanax. As you can see here, I got 8 different types of Xanax here. This one on the bottom left corner is a counterfeit, and that is a 5 milligram dosage of Xanax. And based off all these other ones, that's higher, at least by 2 milligram. These are not real. If you see these, they are counterfeit. Just going through a few of the other different ones, we'll go to the 3 milligram right here. This is the highest legal dosage of Xanax available on the market. We'll give you a few street names. This green one right here, the 2 milligram, is known as a Hulk. If you go over to this 2 milligram Xanax bar, it's also known as a school bus. All the others variant in different milligram dosage. This one is 0.2, so that's your smallest dosage. This one is 0.5, 1 milligram, and then 3, and the rest of these are 2 milligrams. On to our next drug. People may know this from different songs. It is a Percocet. This right here is a Perc 30, which is 30 milligrams of oxycodone in the headache medicine. On to the next one, we have our strongest opioid, which is fentanyl. As you can see here, that's a really small amount of fentanyl, and it's a lethal dose of fentanyl. Like, that is a tip of a pencil, and that's just not even pencil shavings on top. Like, that is an abundance amount. Just a side note for the fentanyl, fentanyl is 30 to 50 times stronger than heroin and can kill a person with 0.25 of a milligram of it. Based off of that image, you can see that it's not a lot at all. Moving on to the second strongest type of opioid, we have here black tar heroin. It's named that due to the blackish tar look, obviously. You run into this, steer clear, I promise. It's for the best of you. Lastly, we have here codeine, which is also known as lean. But I found out in my research that this has now been a discontinued substance by the DEA. It reduced its supply of codeine in general to 8.3% in 2024. So lean is also mixed with Sprite. Sometimes you throw Jolly Ranchers in there, and this would be the promethazine with codeine cough syrup that gives you that high or euphoric feeling throughout your body. Now we're going to move on to the different substance types or ways to be ingested. We have a powder-like substance, which you could use to either snort, you could use to inject, or you could also use to smoke. This right here is oxycodone. That is the mother drug for the Percocet. On to smoking here. So see here, you have your lighter. You have, this is like a mechanical pencil right here, and you have your aluminum foil with the fentanyl on there. And you would poke holes in the aluminum foil, put it at the tip of this pencil right here, and light it ever so slightly, so then you would ingest the smoke. Then we have the spoon with the needle. So, like I said, with the powder for the pills, you can heat it up like this, like how the heroin is here. You would take a chunk of this, put it on that spoon, heat it up with either a lighter, a candle. Once it's that liquidy, bubbly type substance, you would inject it into that needle, and then there you would go forth with injecting yourself. On to the lifesaver of opioids, Narcan. As you saw in our past 2 slides, what Narcan does and how it's used. This is a Narcan spray. They also have injectable type Narcan. You can't get that on the market though. That would be prescribed or demonstrated by paramedics. On to some statistics. In 2007, a national survey on drug use and health, this was estimated of 5.2 million persons agreed of the age 12 or older to use opioids prescriptions in the not correct way. Starting with the top, 62% of these 12 or older persons admitting that snorting was the biggest heavy hitter, because in the pill form, as you can see here from the oxycodone, it's easiest to break it up, and then ingesting it, snorting it goes into the bloodstream quicker than either swallowing or chewing. Moving on to the second biggest hitter, it would be injecting. We'll go back to these 2 pictures. So first you would put the powdery pill that's broken up into the spoon, right? You'd heat it up until it gets nice and liquidy. You would then move forward with injecting it into either your forearm, I've seen in your upper arm, your buttocks, whichever you may choose. Lastly, because pills are hard to smoke, the last statistic is 2.3% of those people doing that survey said that they ingested the opioid pill by smoking it. When you either snort or inject it, it speeds up the rate or the amount of delivery to opioid to your person, so it's a stronger, heavy hitter, like it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Then lastly, DEA is cracking down on opioids. Like I said before, it reduced the supply of codeine by 8.3% in 2024. It reduced the production of morphine by 4.3%, and it reduced the oxycodone production by 0.34%. It may not seem like a lot, but it really does add up. And lastly, my main message to you is do not share or sell prescription opioids to anybody. If they prescribe to you, they're for your indigestion, and you do not want to mistake your medicine. You want to follow when you're supposed to take it and give that appropriate time to avoid this addiction of this strong drug. Thank you.